when you see two beautiful couples like that, I don't know who has good self-esteem and who doesn't have between the two of them. But I know that Ninalowo will have marital issue because many women want that guy. Many. It's not as if I saw it, but I know. You know, he not second married, the same woman, but that is the second time they broke up. That is what this lover said. Okay, the second time they broke up. Okay, me okada Dani, I will go back and reread it. Thank you for correcting me. God bless you. Okay, now let's listen to Ninalowo. Then I have something to say, because if you notice before now, the wife featured at least reasonably on his platform. But for some time, in fact, for this year, or ever since that last year that they carried one story that he featured in it, since this year especially, I stopped seeing the wife featuring. Igwe not fine, I beg. Igwe not fine. Igwe belongs to Sonyeri group. Igwe belongs to that group. Sonyeri group, lower Sisi Kodri ni Igwe wa. Now, I noticed that she hardly featured, because they have this sitcom, not a sitcom, a program that they do that they call something Makanaki Home. You know, Makanaki or something like that, the home of something like that. I will look for it now. And that thing since March. That was the last. The last I saw. Their firstborn, who is that girl now? You know, they have two. He's clocked 17 this year. She clocked 17 this year. So definitely the relationship has been a bit. Let me tell you one thing. We are going to read the write-up. Reading that write-up, I don't know how you can make a straight face with you being so say something now me. What thing I talk now? Do you understand? The firstborn, the girl, you know, Makanaki and the girl, they really born. The girl looks like the mom. Oju mama any. Her color, her skin, everything is the mom. Let her become a big girl now. You will see the beauty of that girl. She got it from the mom. 18 years. No, it's 17. No. When did she clock 18? When did she clock 18? Yeah. Show also. When did she clock 18? I saw 17. Ni baba eko edeo. Okay, she was pregnant. That is why he married her. How? Okay. Cheating. Women, closeted, down low. Who cheated? Oh dear. Okay, let me just do it one after another. Don't confuse us on the platform. Or if you have anything to do objection, just tell us. Stop coming here to be writing low way. We don't want proverb here. Aliyah is 17. Yes, now. I saw it. I don't know where Agboke saw 18. 17 ni baba eko. I don't know where she saw 18. No. That's why I said she should go and bring it. I'm coming. Emma Bino. I want us to listen to what Makanaki said the last time we heard he had an issue. And Trude did not.
What God has nothing to do with. TD Jake says God provides trees, doesn't make furniture. Exactly. So I needed to take time back to see what I had done to her.
Sorry, before anything, hold on, Nino. You know that some people are jealous of Nino when he's speaking American English. Anyway, Trude they know they try. Trude they know flow ni be by. Trude, I think Trude is Igbo boy now. So when Makanaki is speaking, some of those, you know, just in the people in the industry, they are jealous of him. Woman be no. Well, something about him because he so you. Oh yeah, continue.
I'm God for what God had nothing to do with.
God.
T.D. Jakes says God provides trees, doesn't make furniture. Exactly.
Exactly.
So I needed to take time back to see what I had done to her. The years when I was feeling like I was still young and cheating all day, breaking her heart and everything, to the years where, okay, I wasn't there and just pursuing my dreams. But I forgot that this was a human being that was taking records. Yeah. And taking experiences of her life as well.
Get my lawyer
So
for
I
your
became
side.
somebody that she didn't recognize anymore at some point, and I couldn't even call her to pick up the phone. And the same woman I had so much control over, I had no control over anymore because she outgrew me. You know what I mean? So
You know what I mean? Too, they not hear
to
waiting
get that
they
restored
talk.
and to achieve that back, I needed to go back and start fresh. Detox and clear everything that I have done. And see, a lot of people think, and you know, it's a process, man. Yeah. It's a process, and a lot of people keep failing because they keep jumping from one thing to another.
Yeah.
You need to take time, sit back and see why you got it wrong. Leave that thing. Take the pain. A lot of people don't want to start because they don't want to be seen starting from the bottom. Go back to the bottom. That's what happened to me. I had to go back to start there, and from there I started to see I made a lot of mistakes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. It is what it is.
Now, so they confused.
I like the fact that you and your wife got back together. You know, that was a restoration process. Right. How did that happen? So I know you had the solitude, and then you confronted yourself, and you admitted where you'd gone off the rails, where you'd why she outgrew you. So how did you not do the process of getting her back? First is God. First I prayed. I cried myself to God. You know, I did, and you know.
Okay, you see, that's your comments. I've been hearing all kinds of things about, you know, but I don't know if what you are writing to, if what I heard is true, but I don't know. There's a rumor like that about him, but I doubt, I don't know.
That's what happened to me. I had to go back to start there, and from there I started to see. I acknowledged everything I did wrong to God, not to her. I submitted myself, and I did what God wanted me to do. Humble. If the Spirit told me to prostrate and beg at that moment, then that's what I do. See, there is no generality in marriage. It's significant and unique to people. Right. My situation is different from your situation. Right. If I have to crawl in the gutter to beg my wife, that's what I'll do if I know the value of my wife to me. If something is valuable to you, I've never seen a man lose something valuable to him. Never. There was hundreds of people who try to interfere to settle it.
Yeah, but Tosi, what does that information lead us to?
Asked everybody and showed God that nobody mattered. I acknowledged, and he was the only one. Yeah. I prayed over and over, cried myself to him, did whatever I could do when I had to do it. But one thing I'll tell you is that the day God restored my wife and I, nobody was involved. It was just a phone call. And he was the only one. Yeah. I prayed over and over, cried myself to him, did whatever I could do when.
Okay, so guys, we are going to read this. What I noticed is that it's the wife that cheated him from his write-up. But he's not behaving. He personally isn't behaving. You know, some women will tell you they've forgiven you. But the problem is their brain is not able to forget. And sincerely, marriage is about forgiveness. Some people, when they commit adultery, their wife we find it hard to get over it. And that's when you cannot forgive in your marriage, trust me, your marriage won't last. If you like, stay 30 years, you're still going to break up. Ninalowo goofed. We are guessing new. Yes, he messed up. He said it here, I messed up. A woman I was able to control became a woman that I can no more control. Became a woman I can no more control. And he was, because at that time, he was in Nigeria now, and he was also having extramarital affairs. Then the mother told him, go back home. But mind you, this lover too, there were times that Ninalowo was dragged. But Ninalowo decided to keep it low. You know, during Tele's time, you know, Ninalowo was also dragged. If you remember, during Tele's time, Ninalowo was dragged alongside Itele over one girl that, you know, one actress in Enoni. So it's kind of glaring that, you know, some women don't understand that I am not condoning adultery. Trust me, it's nothing good. But it will happen anyways in 80%. Let me give it a good ratio. Do you understand? I'm just trying. I'm supposed to say in 90% or 95%, but let me say 80%. God, I'm yet to see a man that will say he did not commit adultery in their marriage. Even our daddy Geos did before they committed their life to Christ completely. Some, whilst they committed their life to Christ, they still committed adultery. Some are lucky their wife never knew. They're more so, I'm not using this to get into their head, so you understand, to make them their head to swallow. Ninalowo is a fine guy who is also lucky to be a celebrity. He has what it takes in look. Do you understand? Some women will sleep with him not for a dime. A dime. Because life work very hard. And you will see rubbish a lot. Especially a fine man that knows he is fine. Go and ask RMD them wife and Ninalowo them. Go and ask their wife. So you need to be ready. And we hardly see a fine man that is, you know, taking care of his wife. Why you are well, mama? Oh, my struggle, kuni. Fine boys don't, because the money they will use it on themselves. They are too, in fact, they themselves, they are obsessed with themselves. So it's a problem. So it's good for the wife. She chose that path. Luckily, it may be that when she chose that path, the guy didn't even have, you understand? Maybe it's just from, like somebody said, it's from a rich home. That's all. They never knew we get to where he is. They didn't even know that people will know him. Because 17 years ago, to be very sincere, I didn't know him. I didn't even know if anybody like that existed. So definitely, she probably came for the gold. She probably came for the fame, but as the child of a rich man, not as a celebrity that he is now. So, getting there, of course, you know our Yoruba, Nigerian, and Igbo, anybody, women, Nigerian women, I want to have a jembe. And he too go do. But with the way he acted, it shows that he begged. Like he said he needed to start from the beginning again. If it means he has to prostrate. If it means he needs to prostrate, he will do it. And he did it. And that was that he called hundreds of people to intervene, mediate between them. Nobody could. Until just one day, he said he had to go into prayers. He prayed. So it goes to show, he acknowledges, he accepts that he's at fault. And he went back from Nigeria to America because I learned his home was going down. And the reason is because she know none. So he did everything, and you notice that most of the time he now was staying put. I bet he was trying to control himself. I want to believe that it is the same thing that is being, that repeated itself. I want to believe that. I don't want to believe that some people are saying that there's possibility that the wife knows too much. Abi is a gay ni. Abi is this or that. I don't know if he's gay. Because that's what they are suspecting every fine boy now in Nigeria. Because there's nothing we know they take this our ear. They hear. You understand? So, but I'm just going to be very sincere that for me, I think he really, really must have begged that woman. The woman wasn't ready to have it anymore. Maybe he's not stopping what he's doing. And she has a lot on him. And you can hear from the undertone of what he wrote out. He is frustrated. Undertone of what he wrote out shows he is frustrated. He is frustrated. He wants to keep his wife, but I bet the wife keeps catching him. Because I don't want to believe it's the one he did before. But there are some women like that, oh. To forgive is the problem, oh. They will keep replaying it. And you cannot keep a home with that kind of woman. Trust me. If you keep replaying and doing anniversary of what your wife or what your husband did to you, especially women, we know how to replay and do anniversary of what our husband did to us. If you are not ready to forgive that thing and move, God sees my heart, your marriage wouldn't grow. And the marriage will crumble and stumble. It must. It's possible she held on to that sin. And every year, there's anniversary for it. Ṣòrántí, tó fi gbé Àríkẹ́, ó gbé Àríkẹ́. And he will be begging. In fact, begging you can lead to depression. Because for him to say hundreds of people couldn't convince her, that means everybody begged her and they were tired. Go and re-listen to the interview he had with Truth. He said hundreds of people begged her. And you see, that's one thing about people. When they beg you, everybody will move. Because at the end of the day, people are busy with their life. And so if the man is not able to keep up with the begging, that's what will end the marriage. Because one day the man will have to announce to us that I can't keep up. Because you know one thing about marriage. Marrying a celebrity is a big deal. It's not about the money now. Forget that one. a lot of sacrifices that you have to make in marrying a celebrity. He will be talking to a woman like this. Maybe he's even having something to do with the woman. You cannot stop him. Reason is because as far as he's concerned, it could be somebody that wants to give him job for them to come and be doing skits. So sometimes you will be seeing some things that on a normal day you can't stand it. Or you are the type that maybe he's always traveling to go and do movie. And she knows fully well, then she's having sleepless nights. Then she's not okay. Then she's always quarreling. Then she's always monitoring. Or you understand? So if there's no peace, and if it has to do with begging, they will both have no choice but to opt out. Do you understand? Let's read what he wrote. You will guess what I'm saying. His frustration is glaring. His frustration is so glaring. Yeah, that's it. It's difficult to forgive. Some men did so much to let go. No respect at all for their wife. Not taking care of kids and their body. No, for this guy, as for his kids, I wouldn't accept as for his kids. I see a lot of bonds between himself and his kids. Go on his page. If it is about adultery, I wouldn't be able to talk on that. I believe that because he also said it online. He didn't even hide it. His transparency for me. And a man that talks about his wife in public, definitely you will know that he definitely has problem with adultery. But I think he appreciates the woman. Do you understand? But maybe it's the woman that cannot. He has started deleting pics, ma. Yeye, he has started deleting pics, ma. Which pics? No, he's heartbroken. The guy is heartbroken. He's tired. He's frustrated. The guy is heartbroken. He's seriously heartbroken. Now, let's read what he said. Finally, I accept the reality of the end to a road. When somebody is the one that writes this out, know that it is that person that is crushed. You know, the woman is not a social media person, but she's done. He has deleted all her pictures since morning. She's done. She's done. It's not her. It's not him that jilted her. It is her that jilted him. And he's begging and he's frustrated. Do you understand? Finally, I accept the reality of the end to a road. A sad reality that gives room and hope for a brighter and more fulfilling future. I bet maybe from the way he's writing, maybe she wants to do it his way. She also disabled her Insta account. Baby people are begging her, and she doesn't want anybody to beg her. They can't be cashing cruise with their wedding now. You understand? The man loves his wife, but he was caught up in a dangerous web. Which web? Which website? I don't understand. Which dangerous web? He has already apologized. He apologized for that one. Which website do you mean? Which web? If he's done another and another after that, we don't know. If it is the old one that is worrying him, sometimes fine look, even our female actresses, do you know that fine look, Spider-Man web, do you know that fine look is also a problem for man and woman? That's why some people will go and marry ugly man, ugly woman, so nobody will help them be shopping the person. Fine look sometimes this is the problem. The woman is feeling I'm still beautiful. People will still call me. You understand? If she choose to move on, people will still come for. The man too is feeling, you understand? If I still want a beautiful woman, I'm more beautiful than the one I had before, I still will. In fact, you people will know definitely you go still get people we go follow her. I won't be surprised. But if true love existed between the two of them, it would take the person that was jilted time to be able to get over it. Yeah? But I must say, the reason why this marriage broke up, if it is the woman that, you know, insists that the marriage must break up, the marriage must break up. Sorry, I'm so sorry to say this, so because I don't know what Nino has done, no. Except if it is true. Gain you to have in. But if it is that, if it is Ninalowo that has done something really terrible, she too will not disable now. Abi? Because if I won't disable now, I will allow everybody to be seeing me. So why did she run away too? She's supposed not disable. Let's read it first. Let's read it. It's dangerous, so it's dangerous. That Nino's look. You don't know that some women now, you know what to do. As they are very happy. They will start going to say pele pele. Some people will be planning how their son will be dressing like Abo she malo basun. Ta ma loyun sin. Àwọn ragamuffin. Anyway, a reality that is sad for my loving and adorable children, but necessary for a peaceful and lovable future. Kò sí peace in ilé. There's no peace in that home. A sad reality I prayed, nurtured, and worked tirelessly hard never to experience for the sake of all. Maybe the woman don't fight divorce. No shame. You understand? And he worked so hard not to for it to happen. You see, so when a woman says oh shame, it's the problem. I'm telling you. If woman say no, they do again, and so you go they see letter. Because the man will be asking that they beg. And this begging because it's not only you people that are in the world. Other people have other things they want to do with their life. It is in 5 years' time, later, when everybody goes their way, that they both will realize if they did good for themselves by separating or they did bad for themselves by separating. Do you understand? For now, Ninalowo is the one feeling the pains. As we can see, we don't know what the woman is feeling. She's probably feeling the pains or not. We don't know. Because maybe it's long gone. Yeye, the woman has high self-esteem. I admire her for that. Enough of this handsome nonsense. Okay, why? What happened? Why? What do you mean by high self-esteem? Do you know the story? Wakego Kori. Do you know the story? Why do you say she has high self-esteem? What happened? Do you know the real story? We don't know the story now. So why are you saying the woman has her? Do you know the story? Do you know if she's the one that committed adultery now? Abi, do you know if she's the one that maybe he caught her? Do you know? We don't know. The thing that happened, Gogon, we don't know. Because it's the one that announced to us. And she disabled. It's possible that she's the one that did something now. Maybe she's the one that cheated on him this time around. You never know. Nobody knows the story. The one we know before. She has high self-esteem for her to let him go. But to let him go, do you people know the story? That's what we are asking you people. Do you people know the story? Hey, everybody's speculating. Everybody's speculating. So I personally would always say, you know, that A young couple like this, full of life, ending their marriage. I don't know, as long as you people later on, if they can back it up with that, yes, there's sadness. Except maybe Ninalowo ti lọ fún yàn lóyún. Do you understand? I will understand. But that there's no domestic violence. It's still maybe a cologne, shekiri and everything. I don't know how she will opt out of her wedding with these beautiful children. No? And the girl, Aliyah, that one loving Papa. Hell! That girl, he loving Papa like winch. Kissing, always kissing her father. Thank you, Adura Agbemi, my darling sister. It's bone straight. I bought it from Yeye Wig. She's based in United Kingdom. A sad reality I now have to accept as I realize that my kids are much grown with better sense of understanding and knowledge of my pain and struggles regarding them. There's more to the matter. If people write stuff, go and read the undertone. Go and read the undertone. A sad reality I now have to accept as I realize that my kids are much grown with better sense of understanding and knowledge of my pain. It's not always that it's the women that are right. Sometimes the men, they are right, the women, they are wrong. Because he has committed adultery in his marriage and he owned up to the world to tell us, to carry us along, to tell us how he apologized to her, doesn't mean that he is the one that caused the separation now. We never know. Do you get what I mean? We never know. But you can tell, for him to express this much to the media, even that guy with frog eye, waiting be name, that our comedian, we say all of them have learned to tell us not to come. We don't want to. They don't want to hear from us. Waiting me that one name where the wife don't turn to motivational speaker now. That is fighting AY. Waiting with that comedian name. Why name can't sakpa me lori now? Basket mouth. Basket mouth is what I want to talk about. When he wrote his own, he did not write, no, not Yomi Gold. Basket mouth. When he wrote his basket mouth now, with Bovi, with Yomi Gold. Basket mouth, when he wrote his own divorce for all of us to read, he didn't write it passionately like this. He just wrote it jagbajantis and told all of us that we should not come. They don't want to hear from us. He doesn't want to. And everybody see from now till tomorrow, we don't know what happened. So, and you can tell from the way he wrote Basket Mouth too, that from the way he wrote, go and read it, the undertone shows that he is the one that is not ready to continue the relationship. This one, you can tell that is the wife that cheated him. That is Ninalowo. Read, when people write, if you are the type that is a psychologist or you know how to feel people, you can feel on that tone. Go and read with your mind open. Free your heart and use your heart to read this thing. You will know. Go and read Basket Man. So come and read this one. Begin to analyze it yourself. No passion at all for Basket Man tone. But this one is expressing it, letting us know he's in pains. Basket Man just talk and say, you don't want to make anybody come. We should all get away. We worry a kokonu wa lenu ono ma fi 40 ati omi gbogbo fi slam oju wa ni. Maybe I will come and start retracting again. That's Basket Man. You can tell he is the cause. He is the one. He still needs the wife for cover up. Who says he still needs the wife for cover up? Who? He doesn't need his wife for cover up. I'm confused. When you people write, who needs his wife for cover up? Ninalowo. Àwọn people yo they can get already. Yes, most readers don't have the psychological reading. No, sincerely, when you read stuff from people, you understand, you need to read it psychologically and be able to get what he's saying, what they are saying. Nobody, Yeye adultery is evil. It should not ever be tolerated. My sex is spiritual. I'm not saying it's not spiritual. Everybody cannot be Jesus Christ's secretary. Everybody cannot be Jesus Christ's secretary. If the Bible can say, the only reason Jesus Christ agreed that you can divorce your spouse is for adultery. But you must have witness. Even the Quran, you must have witness like this. You must call 10 people to come and see. You see Babalagbada as they bench Mama Sule. You see Babalagbada, they will have to be seeing the thumbing, the penetration. Now, I am not saying that, but can you please tell me a man, a marriage that is 30 years, 20 years, and the man never committed adultery? Even the woman, some of them. Can you please, if God wants to come and start catching people now, who will stand? That is why a lot of times when stuff like this happen, we leave room to forgive. We leave room. The one you see, some men will cheat. They are cheating till tomorrow. If pastors can cheat, if deaconess can go into the church, deaconess, they can go to hotel with deaconess with 5 children, can go and bench pastor, and they can die in this thing, and pastor will come on the altar, pulpit the next day and be preaching. It goes to show that even God forgives us our sin. I'm not saying that it is not sacred, but please, how many men that have been in marriage this long like these people and have not committed adultery? I've told you people millions of times here. The only person that knows where her husband is a widow. Me, you. Let's take several seats and just be praying for our marriage. A lot of men cheat, including pastors. The only perfect person is Jesus Christ. So I always say it, I do not condone adultery. I'm not one of those that support adultery. But I will always say, if a man commits adultery and he's begging and is remorseful and is behaving the way this guy behaved, came to the public and said he goofed, he messed up, let's respect him. It's not a good thing. Let's respect him. Please. How many husbands will do it? In fact, some men even make it look as if, well, special. You will hear people saying, for a woman to still be hurting over it, doing anniversary of when her husband committed adultery, they will say she's alara gbigbono. In fact, they will say she's the one that pushed her husband away. So, a man that stands and says He messed up and he really and he's begging for me. Oh, I will accept apology. But I will make sure that he tries not to do it again. I don't think he can change. Some men are very... Mogba or Moba, where are you there? You are the same person that said he has small willy willy. Are you there? Do you know him before? Did you date him? Because you are the same person that came here and said he has small willy willy. How did you see his willy willy? How? Why are you standing and saying like this that he can't change? Please, do you know him more than how did you see his willy willy? Because this man is been married since 17 years. So if you know that his willy willy is small, you must have seen. How did you see his willy willy between now? That means you people that know him and his willy willy is small committed adultery. If it's between these 17 years, how do you know that he can't change? What do you know about him? I'm in shock. How can you stand and tackle in your body if there's nothing more to the matter? Where do you know him from? Because we don't know him more than what we are seeing. How did you know that he has small willy willy? Because I noticed your comments before. I let it slide. Now again, you said you don't think he can change. Why do you tackle liar on his chest like this? Is there something else to the matter? How did you see his willy willy size? Sister Tokumbo is here. Poor man, women will know he's married though, but they will not know. They will still not let him. Yes, now, Sister Tokumbo. Sister Tokumbo is the one that wrote that write-up for us yesterday, for that we read